Breaking news for Social Security recipients. If you're collecting retirement, SSI, or SSDI benefits, your payment amount could jump significantly next month. And you need to hear this right now. We're talking about payments potentially crossing $2,300 for many recipients, and this isn't a rumor. This is based on new government updates that are rolling out as we speak. If you depend on Social Security to pay your bills, buy groceries, or cover your medications, the next few minutes could change how you plan your entire financial future. Stay with me. This is critical. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, this is where we break down Social Security, SSI, and SSDI updates in plain English. No confusion, no jargon, just the facts that protect your benefits. I started this channel because too many seniors and disabled Americans are left in the dark about changes that directly affect their income. And that's not right. So every week we bring you the latest updates, payment schedules, COLA increases, and government policy changes, so you're never caught off guard. If that sounds like something you need, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. Turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Because when it comes to your money, being informed isn't optional, it's survival. Now let's get into exactly what's happening with Social Security payments next month, why some recipients could see a major jump, and what you need to do to prepare. What's actually happening? Let me be very clear about what we're discussing today. Starting next month, many Social Security recipients could see their monthly payments exceed $2,300. And for some of you, that might be the first time you've ever seen a payment that high. This isn't about a one-time bonus or a stimulus check. This is about structural changes to how Social Security calculates and distributes benefits based on recent government updates, cost of living adjustments, and eligibility expansions. But here's the thing, not everyone is going to see this increase. And that's why you need to understand exactly who qualifies, why this is happening, and how it's going to affect your household budget. Let me walk you through this step by step. Why payments are increasing. There are three major reasons why Social Security payments are climbing right now, and they all tie back to decisions made by the Social Security Administration and Congress over the past several months. First, the COLA adjustment. Every year, the Social Security Administration reviews inflation data and adjusts benefit amounts to keep up with the rising cost of living. This is called the Cost of Living Adjustment, or COLA. For this year, the COLA increase was set at a specific percentage that directly boosts your monthly check. If you were receiving, let's say, $2,100 a month last year, that COLA bump could push you past $2,300 this year. And that adjustment doesn't just apply to retirees, it applies to SSI recipients, SSDI recipients, and survivors benefits too. Everyone gets the increase. Second, delayed payments and back pay. Some recipients who filed for benefits months ago are just now getting approved. And when that happens, the Social Security Administration doesn't just start your payments from today. They go back and pay you for the months you were waiting. That means some people are receiving their regular monthly payment plus several months of back pay all at once. If you're one of those people, your deposit next month could be significantly higher than usual. And this is especially common with SSDI claims, which can take 6 months to a year to process. So if you've been waiting, this could be your month. Third, benefit recalculations. The Social Security Administration periodically recalculates benefits to make sure you're getting the correct amount based on your work history and earnings record. Sometimes they find errors. Sometimes your earnings from a previous year get updated. And when that happens, they issue a correction, which can result in a lump sum payment or a permanent increase to your monthly amount. If you've recently received a letter from Social Security saying your payment amount has been adjusted, this is probably why. Now, let me give you a real-world example so this makes sense. Real-world example. Let's say you're a retiree named Margaret. You're 72 years old and you've been collecting Social Security for the past 7 years. Last year, your monthly payment was $2,150. This year, with the COLA increase, your payment jumps to $2,290. That's a $140 increase every single month. But here's where it gets interesting. Margaret also worked part-time for a few months last year, and those earnings just got reported to Social Security. The system recalculated her benefit, and now she's getting an extra $50 a month on top of the COLA increase. So Margaret's new payment is $2,340. That's nearly $200 more than she was getting last year. And for someone living on a fixed income, $200 a month is huge. That's groceries, that's medication, that's peace of mind. But Margaret isn't the only one seeing this kind of jump. Who else is affected? If you're on SSDI, your payment could also cross the $2,300 mark, depending on your work history and how much you paid into Social Security before you became disabled. The average SSDI payment right now is around $1,400 a month. But if you worked in a high-earning job before your disability, your payment could be significantly higher. And with the COLA adjustment, many SSDI recipients are now seeing payments in the $2,200 to $2,500 range. SSI recipients are in a slightly different situation. SSI payments are based on federal benefit rates, not your work history. So the maximum SSI payment for an individual right now is around $943 a month. That's the federal rate. But here's the key. Some states add their own supplement on top of the federal payment. If you live in California, New York, New Jersey, or a handful of other states, your total SSI payment could be significantly higher. And when you combine the federal payment, the state supplement, and any COLA increases, some SSI recipients are seeing total monthly payments that approach or exceed $1,500. Now that's still not $2,300, but it's a meaningful increase, especially if you're living in a high-cost area. The payment schedule. Next month. Let me talk about when you're actually going to see this money in your account, because timing matters. Social Security payments go out on a schedule based on your birth date and the type of benefit you receive. If you're on SSI, your payment typically arrives on the first of the month. So if the first falls on a weekend or holiday, you get paid on the last business day of the previous month. If you're on Social Security Retirement or SSDI, your payment date depends on your birth date. If you were born between the 1st and the 10th of the month, you get paid on the second Wednesday. If you were born between the 11th and the 20th, you get paid on the third Wednesday. If you were born between the 21st and the 31st, you get paid on the fourth Wednesday. There's one exception. If you started collecting Social Security before May 1997, you get paid on the 3rd of every month, regardless of your birth date. So next month, check your payment schedule. Mark it on your calendar. And make sure you know exactly when that deposit is hitting your account. Because if you're expecting a higher payment, you want to be ready. What this means for your budget. Here's what I want you to understand. If your payment is going up, that's great news. But it also means you need to adjust your budget and your expectations. A lot of people make the mistake of thinking, okay, I'm getting more money now, so I can spend more. And that's true to an extent. But you also need to think long-term. If this increase is due to a COLA adjustment, it's permanent. That means you'll keep getting that higher amount every month going forward, so you can safely adjust your budget to reflect that new income level. But if this increase is due to back pay or a one-time recalculation, you might see a big jump next month and then go back to your normal amount the month after. So don't start making big financial commitments based on a single high payment. Here's my advice. When that higher payment hits your account, take a breath. Don't rush out and spend it all. Instead, sit down and look at your bills, your expenses, and your savings. Ask yourself, is this a permanent increase or a one-time thing? If it's permanent, you can adjust your budget. Maybe you can finally afford that medication you've been putting off. Maybe you can start saving a little bit each month. Maybe you can help out a family member who's been struggling. But if it's a one-time payment, treat it like a windfall. Use it to pay down debt, build an emergency fund, or cover a major expense you've been delaying. The key is to be intentional. Don't let that money slip through your fingers just because you weren't prepared. Common mistakes to avoid. Let me tell you the mistakes I see people make all the time when their Social Security payment increases. Mistake number 1, not checking your bank account. I know that sounds obvious, but you'd be surprised how many people just assume their payment is the same every month and never actually verify it. If your payment goes up and you don't notice, you might miss out on opportunities to use that extra money wisely. So next month, log into your bank account on payment day and check the amount. Make sure it matches what you're expecting. Mistake number 2, ignoring letters from Social Security. If the Social Security Administration sends you a letter explaining why your payment changed, read it. Don't just throw it in a drawer and forget about it. That letter will tell you whether the increase is permanent, whether it's related to a COLA adjustment, or whether it's back pay. And that information is critical for planning your finances. Mistake number 3, not updating your budget. If your income goes up, your budget needs to reflect that. Otherwise, you're just guessing about where your money is going. Sit down once a month and review your income and expenses. Make sure everything is accounted for. And if your payment increased, decide in advance how you're going to use that extra money. Mistake number 4, forgetting about taxes. Yes, Social Security benefits can be taxable depending on your total income. If your payment goes up and you have other sources of income, you might owe taxes on a portion of your benefits. I'm not saying that to scare you. I'm saying it so you're not caught off guard when tax season rolls around. Talk to a tax professional if you're not sure whether your benefits are taxable. What to do right now. Alright, so here's your action plan. Step 1, check your payment schedule. Know exactly when your next Social Security payment is coming. Step 2, monitor your bank account. On payment day, verify the amount that was deposited. If it's higher than usual, that's great, but make sure you understand why. Step 3, read any letters from Social Security. If you received a notice about a payment adjustment, read it carefully. If you don't understand it, call Social Security or visit your local office and ask for clarification. Step 4, update your budget. If your payment increased, decide how you're going to use that extra money. Don't just let it disappear. Step 5, plan for the future. If this is a permanent increase, think about your long-term financial goals. If it's a one-time payment, think about how you can use it to improve your financial security. This isn't complicated. It just requires a little bit of attention and planning. Now I need to give you a word of caution. Whenever there's news about Social Security payment increases, scammers come out of the woodwork. You might get phone calls from people claiming to be from the Social Security Administration, telling you that you need to verify your information to receive your increased payment. You might get emails or text messages with links asking you to log in and confirm your details. You might even get letters in the mail that look official, but are actually designed to steal your personal information. Here's what you need to know. The Social Security Administration will never call you and ask for your Social Security number, your bank account information, or your personal details over the phone. They will never threaten you or demand immediate payment. If someone contacts you claiming to be from Social Security and asking for sensitive information, hang up. Do not engage. Do not give them anything. If you're not sure whether a communication is legitimate, call the Social Security Administration directly at 1-800-772-1213. That's their official number. Use that number to verify any claims or requests. And if you receive a suspicious call or email, report it. You can report Social Security scams to the Social Security Administration's Office of the Inspector General. Protecting your benefits means protecting your information. Don't let scammers take advantage of you. Now let me also say this. If your payment doesn't increase next month, don't panic. Not everyone is going to see a jump to $2,300. Your payment amount depends on your work history, your benefit type, and your individual circumstances. If you have questions about why your payment is what it is, you have the right to contact Social Security and ask for an explanation. They can review your file and tell you exactly how your payment was calculated. You're not bothering them. This is your money. You have every right to understand where it's coming from and why it's the amount it is. And if you believe there's an error, you can request a recalculation or file an appeal. The Social Security Administration has processes in place to handle disputes and corrections. So don't be afraid to advocate for yourself. Listen, I know how stressful it can be to keep up with all the changes to Social Security, SSI, and SSDI. The rules change, the payment schedules shift, the amounts go up and down, and half the time, the government doesn't do a great job of explaining what's happening or why it matters. That's why this channel exists. Every single week, I break down the latest updates so you don't have to spend hours searching for answers or worrying about whether you're missing something important. If you found this video helpful, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button right now. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update, because your benefits are too important to leave to chance. And staying informed is the best way to protect your income, your future, and your peace of mind. I also want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and let me know. Did your Social Security payment increase this month? Are you expecting a jump next month? What are you planning to do with the extra money? Your stories help other people in this community, and I read every single comment. All right, let's wrap this up. So here's what you need to remember. Social Security payments are going up for many recipients next month, and some of you could see your monthly payment cross $2,300 for the first time. This is happening because of COLA adjustments, back pay distributions, and benefit recalculations. It's not a mistake. It's not a glitch. It's part of how the system works. But not everyone will see the same increase, and that's okay. Your payment is based on your unique situation. The most important thing you can do right now is stay informed, check your payment schedule, monitor your bank account, and plan accordingly. And remember, if you get a higher payment next month, don't just spend it. Be intentional. Be smart. Use it to improve your financial security and protect your future. You've worked hard your whole life. You deserve every dollar you're getting, and you deserve to know exactly what's happening with your money. I'll be here every week with the latest updates, so make sure you're subscribed. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.